On this channel, I frequently talk about records I love, things that I think you should add to your collection, but in this video, I'm going to focus on 5 records that are absolutely essential because they sound objectively better on vinyl. Stick around to find out what they are. The first record I'm going to show you is one of my favorite indie folk records from the 2000s, Wilco's Yankee Hotel Foxtrot. This record is my favorite Wilco record by far. It's probably their most well-respected record, has a lot of their big hits on it like I'm Trying to Break Your Heart, Jesus Etc., I'm the Man Who Loves You, Reservations. It is an absolutely beautiful record, and let me tell you, the vinyl pressing does it justice. Double discs, comes with a really nice big gatefold, and all of Wilco's records sound pretty phenomenal on vinyl. Jeff Tweedy, just like Jack White, Queens of the Stone Age, all of these people really care about the pressings that they put out, which I respect as someone who has a nice turntable and appreciates audio. This record's no exception, and it really brings to life a lot of these songs compared to the digital or the CD. I think this is essential for anyone's collection. Speaking of Jack White, I had trouble picking which record of his I wanted to talk about, so I'm going to pick what I think is tied for my favorite. This is Elephant. So again, nice big spine, big gatefold, so the packaging is top notch. And this is the limited version. Comes on this really nice black and red split, which looks great. You know, the black and red aesthetic is prevalent for all of the... Why is this not in a MoFi sleeve? The black and red aesthetic is awesome, and I like that the variants for white stripe stuffs tend to be white, black, or red, or a mixture of them. But you don't need the limited pressing just to have an amazing aural experience with this. This record just comes to life on vinyl. I remember listening to the MP3s when I was younger, and then I picked this up and put it on my turntable. Not even my clear audio, just my Pioneer. It sounded night and day different. Everything is just richer and more powerful and carved out. This is an album that deserves to be heard on vinyl, and if you don't own this and you're a White Stripes fan, you need to change that immediately. And arguably the record that everyone says is the best modern record to test your turntable on, Daft Punk's Random Access Memories. This is their recent release, I guess not that recent anymore, it came out in 2013. Wow, it's been that long since a Daft Punk record. I love this record. It took me a little bit to get into it because it's not quite Discovery. Everyone wanted the second Discovery. It's not that. It's its own thing, and ultimately, it's wonderful. Get Lucky was a massive single when it came out, but this whole record, front to back, is worth a listen, especially on vinyl. Notice a trend with these? Big gatefold, looks amazing. It's on black vinyl, no bells and whistles there, although wouldn't a gold and silver split have been really cool too? I'm digressing. This record will absolutely wow you if you play it on any system worth its weight. It just sounds so good on vinyl. I mean, some records just sound okay compared or sound the same as a CD. This is another one where it just changes completely and it comes to life in a way that no other version of it does. Random Access Memories is worth it to own on wax, if only for the purpose of hearing how good a record can really sound that came out in the past decade. The long-awaited repress of Damien Rice's O did this album absolute justice. This is one of the best indie folk records of all time. It is so emotive. I remember listening to this in high school and just getting so enraptured in the lyrics and the melodies and how the builds and crescendos happen so organically throughout the record. I remember getting into vinyl and being like, why doesn't O have a pressing? I don't understand. Like, this is literally meant for vinyl. And they could have just completely crapped out and just released something and just to get a cash grab, and they did not. I was lucky enough to pick up this deluxe version, which comes with this really nice inner area numbered by, I think, Damien himself, and 2 discs that I want to say are the same version as the UK pressing. I don't think it was specific for this, so I think that you don't need to have the big collector's version to appreciate the sound of it. I just have the collector's version because I'm a collector and I love this record. Any version you get of this, I believe, is going to sound incredible. Especially this, but I've read all the versions just as good. It is dead silent and has the most incredible mastering. It actually took the album to a new level for me. As someone who appreciated it on a deep level, listening to it on vinyl for the first time, it stopped me dead in my tracks. I think this is the ultimate way to listen to this record. If you want to get transported to what feels like he's playing in your living room, you're going to want to pick up a version of Damien Rice's O ASAP. And last but not least, one of my favorite records of all time, this is Radiohead's In Rainbows disc box. So I've talked about this before on the channel, but it begs repeating. This is the ultimate way to listen to this record. It comes with a beautiful art book. It has 2 discs mastered at 45 RPM, 2 CDs, one of which has all the bonus content, and it's just such a gorgeous package. Everything about this record is aesthetic, from the sound to the visuals that accompanied it, and this is the best way to kind of put it all together in one package. Now, when I used to talk about this record, I said this was the only way to listen to it because the first pressing of In Rainbows sounded kind of bad. This version is the only version that's 45 RPM, so I will stand by the fact that this is the best sound sonically that you can get. But I've heard that the recent repress, at least the European version, with Radiohead records, you usually want to go with the European versions versus the US versions. It's supposed to sound pretty good. Everyone that says it sounds pretty good, though, I want to believe has not heard the disc box. This is worth tracking down and spending the money on. I promise you this is going to blow you away, and this is one of my favorite pieces of my whole collection. So those are 5 records that if you have a decent turntable and you want to kind of push it to the limit, you gotta make sure you listen to these. They're gonna blow you away. What do you think is the best sounding record in your collection? Because now that I have this amazing clear audio concept table, I am on the lookout for great sounding pressings just to hear how good music can really truly sound. So leave a comment with that. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to Too Many Records. More videos all the time. Take it easy, guys.